Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Nijisa, and today I'm going to review these two matches here. This is a God of Destruction 2 Steve, but obviously in this season it doesn't mean much. The players are not that strong at this rank. So you guys can see this is my other account, my alternative account. It has a lower rank here. And I'm going to tell you guys that with Steve, what you guys should be looking for when you guys are in this matchup is a lot of gimmicks and setups, right? So let's begin. Okay, this is a gimmick setup. So whenever Steve player used his option against you, typically they're -3. So you don't want to always swing into this unless you have some kind of idea of like what you're calling out, right? So in this scenario, you guys can see I really didn't even take my turn. Even though it was my turn, he literally smashed 1-2-1 or whatever into this. And I just kept blocking, right? Then I did a low poke to try to get away from the high crush stuff, right? And you know, a few options here. And then you can kind of tell this player doesn't really know frames that well. But the weird thing was I came into this set trying to test out what my opponent likes to do when I do hammer 1. But you know, it ended up like he just threw. So I was like, okay, I just got a frame trap scenario. Okay. I mean, I didn't even think about it, but. And then, of course, he gets clipped there with while rising 1-2, down 4, 1-2-3. So here, after 1+2, he did the right read by backswaying, making my jab whiff. But for whatever reason, he didn't capitalize on this. So I end up going to hammer 1 again. So I already knew that he likes to press, right? So I did hammer 1 into another frame trap scenario. But this time I just finished the 3. He tries doing backsway again. Doesn't work. And he dies. Okay. Same startup from the same... I mean, it literally is just the same thing, right? This time he probably changed it up. This time he... move back and does it again, and then this time he sets up for the back 1, hoping that I do like some kind of slow Russian attack or something. Usually player sets up this back 1 because they're thinking like, oh, I'm gonna do this move, you know, that spinning 2 right there, and then he's going to do like back sway Lionheart or something, right? And then I'm going to like rush him and he's gonna do back 1 to counter option, right? But in this scenario, every time he did the spinning 2, I haven't react at all. I just play defense. So this time he whiffed in front of me. So I went for the down 3 because even when he whiffed in the back 1 scenario, he can go into that flea flicker and continue to throw it out, right? So it's very dangerous. So I did the down 3 to like high crush whatever he might throw out, right? And then of course I catch him with the counter hit. Do a couple of low option there. He blocks the right stuff. The weird thing is this is also a setup. Even though it is his turn, he gets +3 here. He can press anything and frame trap you pretty much, right? But in this scenario, he wants to do a Lionheart setup because in his mind, that will give him the highest reward, right? Does the Lionheart setup. I don't really do anything. I just wait for him. And he's just throwing air and then going for the same gimmick option select again. This time he's doing row 2 into sidestep, and I just down forward 2. He doesn't have the reaction or just doesn't know the frames, does the wrong punish there, goes into Lionheart. Same situation again, this time stepping to the right. He's basically throwing out like he's showing me multiple setups, right? At this point he's showing me he steps right, he shows me he step left, he does the back 1 for retaliation, he smashed 1-2-1, you know, whatever it was. Basically he's done everything and I haven't really shown him anything by just guarding, right? And then I do a lot of down 3-2-1 against Steve, primarily because I know Steve player loves the back 1, right? In this scenario, this move is also a setup, guys, so refrain yourself from pressing. I have the bad habit of like mid checking this move because obviously, you know, it looks like it could be punishable, right? But it's obviously safe. And he tried to do the backsway setup in this scenario. You guys could see that. But I did do down 4-1 to catch him. So if you did jab in this scenario, I'll show you guys if I did jab in this scenario. Yeah, it would have been like this, right? If I would have jabbed in this scenario, that's what would have happened, right? But instead, I went for down 4-1. 2 catches him, right? But don't get me wrong. It's still a setup for even down 4-1. So don't always mid-check there because he has the punch parry. A lot of Steve player would do the punch parry in that scenario. So you have to be careful, okay? Yeah, and I'm going for this a lot. But he's actually not punch parrying me, which he can, which kind of sucks because Anna and Nina has the same move, but Anna's is a punch and Nina's a kick, and there's like 10 more like punch parry than kick parry, so it kind of sucks for Anna. Yeah, he probably doesn't know frames, so he's just trying to punish there and didn't work. Goes for the low this time, blocks, get punished. And goes for the Lionheart 2-1 or whatever the input is. And then I launched this for whatever reason. I don't know if it was laggy or not. I dropped the combo here. Yeah, so my option just didn't come out. You guys can see here that I did 3 into back 3. Right here, I did 3 into back 3. If you guys can see it on the input there. But for whatever reason, the 3 didn't come out and it just became back 3. So I dropped the combo there and then I get punished. Which kind of sucked. Could have been a big combo to the wall. Would have died, right? Yeah, so this move here that he's throwing out is a wall splat mid move, right? It is quite slow, but it is safe. So, kind of sucks. I don't think you can duck this. Let me try to see if I can duck this. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's a jailing mid high. It's kind of slow, but it does wall splat, so it's really good. And then, for whatever reason, he just gets hit with counter hit and he dies.
You have much to learn.
Okay, so this is the second match of the set. Here we go. He starts with a low. And you know that sometimes I do this down 3-2 here for a setup, right? Because if they do block the second one, they might expect the third one. If they do expect the third one's coming, sometimes they will wait or parry or do something, right? So it sometimes give me the opportunity to throw a counter hit option select like this. And then it just works out exactly how I planned it. Big damage. Doesn't know that that's not punishable. Yeah, so he's just not reacting very well here, making a lot of wrong reads. Good punish, good situational setup. So again, anytime he does this option, I remind you guys, it's kind of like a setup. So you want to make sure that you don't always swing in there because he's going to do something like that, right? So he basically just step into an option select, right? Then this is punishable. I want to double check what the frame is on this. This is -14, so I didn't know this was -14. And I punished it wrong, obviously, but I still got the W. Okay, so you guys can see he started with that move 2 times now, right? And this time he actually just went for that option and treated like a plus frame and went for a low mix here, right? So you guys saw this because he realized that I kept letting him play. So he's like, oh, he's going to respect me. I'm going to go low here. And I guard the low here. Punish him. And then catches off that but didn't capitalize. Again. And then he goes for the low, same thing scenario again. But this time I catch him from like range further, right? Because it's a little bit further away. Wasn't sure what kind of combo I wanted there. And then he ducks for that option and he dies. Okay, so this is basically the same setup again, right? And he literally did the same thing again. Jumping punch into back sway again. And I somehow reacted to this mid check again, right? Like I said, it's not a good thing, guys, to keep going to mid check in this scenario because if you're playing like a high level, a lot of times the player will like to punch parry in that scenario, right? So this time I did punish with, I did mid check with a down 4-1, but I was a little bit hesitant. That's why I didn't even finish the string, right? he gets he's late on that, so I get the punish there. Going for this a lot is not a good idea, but he didn't like show me that he can punch parry this, so I'm not even worried until he does. Yeah, I'm just kind of messing around, and you guys can see here again, same thing. You know, he goes for this option, and then so you guys can see that at this point he's kind of like irritated, right? That I'm playing defense. So when he does that row 2 thing, he's been going low poke every time in the last the last 3 times he's gone. So you guys can tell he's like, oh, he's respecting me, I'm just gonna go low. But because I'm pushed off so far, his low's not even hitting me. And then I ducked into that scenario there for a lot of reasons, because he does have a 3rd string. So yeah, and that's it.
That's better, isn't it?